evening, depending on when you're watching this video. I figured I'd come on instead of riding a little scooter. Figured instead of riding a little scooter, I figured I'd walk and talk a little bit. And this actually came up. I was talking to some people that I knew. This actually came up, and the way things are going, throughout my childhood, through my adult life, sometimes you have to wonder. And reading, I was reading, in fact, let me fix my hat. I was reading the other day, and it was saying that most people, like in the spiritual sense, they say people are more woke, if you want to call it that. People are more woke, and people believe more in a higher power. They don't put a name, they don't attach a name to what they believe. And the Bible is like, people don't really believe in, say parts of the Bible they believe in. Let's say the Bible is man-made, and all sorts of stuff. So it made me come up with with the thought and ask the question: Do Americans hate God? And it's a hard pill. It's a hard question to ask. And me myself personally, I haven't lived, and I don't live. I got some work I need to do myself, and we all do. But on the spiritual sense, spiritual sense, well, yeah, maybe it's a topic I shouldn't touch. Maybe. But I have to ask a question. My subscribers, people that's watching, maybe we can talk about it, and we can see where everybody is at. Pretty much a question. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like people of this country, if you live in this country, do you feel like we had a spiritual stance with what most people in this country believe, or do you feel like they don't? What are your thoughts on that? You can put it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. I love to hear your thoughts, what you think, because it seems like it. The way we treat each other, that's a prime example. If you look at the homeless population. If you look at the homeless population in this country where we live in, especially the county, even the county. I don't even got to say the country. I can say my county, the county that I live in. If you look at the county that I live in, and look at the homeless population and how they're treated, and you can kind of see where we're at in a spiritual sense. People care more about finances, more about money, than they care about human life. More about dogs. They care more about dogs. This country cares more about dogs than they do about human life. They care more about this country cares more about dogs than they do human life. They will, and I've seen this personally. I've seen this personally. I know some told people, some may not like this, not like you saying this, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And me not saying it doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't mean, but I'm saying it because if you look at the bigger picture, How do we treat each other? That's pretty much what I'm saying. How do we treat each other? How do we treat each other? So if you could step over a homeless person, but willing to give your life for a dog, then obviously there's something wrong. I'm laughing, but I'm crying inside. But obviously there's something wrong. If you would step over somebody sleeping in the street, I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen. I've witnessed it myself with my own eyes. If you're willing to step over somebody that's sleeping in the streets, but will give your life for a dog, for an animal, then that's a problem. It's a problem. And so that's why I asked the question. Do you feel like, we lost in the sauce? Care more about finances, and you can stick around that too. We care more about money. Do people care more about money and finances than they do about their spirituality? Care about the Joneses, keeping up with the Joneses, having what somebody else has. I remember growing up, going by my old stomping grounds, but I remember growing up, the only reason why I started selling drugs. I sold drugs in the past when I was young as a youth, a little bit as an adult. Since lying to you, I can't lie to myself. So I sold drugs as a youth and as an adult. And the reason why I started was because the girls that I like, and that's kind of, you're young, you think crazy, but the girls that I like the guys that had money. And if you didn't have any, then pretty much they didn't want you. And you want nice clothes, even though your parents may, with my mom, your parents may struggle to give you what you want, to have what you want, but at the same time, you want to do for yourself as a young man. Any man should want to do for himself. You shouldn't want to depend on other people to do for him. So that I was that type of guy. I wanted to help. I wanted to help my mom and help myself. Help her myself to do what I could do for myself. And so hence being in the streets, selling drugs or whatever. But like I said, do we care more? Do we care more about finances, about money, than we do about our spirituality? That's pretty much the whole point of what I said. Do we care more about our finances than we do our spirituality? This is actually where it started at. I'm here. So I told you I was coming this way, but it's not too far. This is the city where I grew up at. And this is the location. You can see it. It used to be a house here. Used to be a house there. Used to be a house there too. House here, house there. And we would run the cars, run the cars, and get sales, and it's like trying to get hey, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Trying to get commission, trying to get commission for a sale. You got to make whoever makes the most calls will get the sale when you're doing commission. But it's different when you out in the streets. So this used to be like two houses used to be here. Two houses used to be in this location right here. Now both of them are gone. So I don't know who owns it, who owns the lot. I don't know the family doesn't own it anymore. I don't think. But anyway, yeah. Let's stop for a second. But yeah, what does the people in the country care about? What do they care about more? Do we care about more about our? And I don't see it. Nobody puts it in the comment section below. What do we care about more? Do we care about more about? Does America care more about finances? Or do they care about their spirituality? Everywhere you look, they're building. They're building, but not helping. Building, but not helping. Everybody's increasing their wealth. And anytime people tell the truth about anything, about finances, about how you treating certain people, and God is love. God is love. And I feel personally like if we had more love in the world, which we don't, if we had more love in the world, things wouldn't be the way they are. You know, it's hard for even families to get along. Why is it hard for people that's of your bloodline, people that are of your bloodline that know the sacrifices? Some of them don't know the sacrifices, know things that the family's been through to get to a certain point. Not want to love on each other, not want to help one another. I've had family members plenty of times tell me, "Oh, I saw you walking. I saw you walking. Well, I know you needed something, but I didn't stop, or I didn't offer to help." And that's sad. That's sad. You know, what are we doing? Like I said, people care more about not only themselves, and it's good to care about you. You got to love yourself. You love yourself first, but also care about your fellow man. And it ain't even got to be family. You know, some people don't even care about their fellow man, like, but they'll love their animal. I gotta keep bringing that up because it's true. It's a god. It's kind of like, and nowadays they got and it's okay. I know a lot of people love their pets, and pets are awesome. And dogs are awesome. You know, I love dogs. I love pets, but I didn't initially. But dogs are good. Good, great animals. But what I'm saying, don't miss the point. Don't take what I'm saying, miss the whole point. What I'm trying to say, don't take what I'm saying and miss the big picture. You understand what I'm saying? Because pets are pets. Pets are pets. Humans are humans. Human life is human life. Animal life is not important in a human's life. I don't give a damn what you say. Excuse my language. I don't care what you say. So but yeah, if you love, if you can transfer, if people can transfer their love for their animal to human life, to where they care about people, we'll be in such a better place. It's going to be such a better place. And these are some nice. This actually used to be a field. Where I'm walking at now used to be a field. All this used to be like land. Used to be land, and now it's say they, but now it's apartment complexes, and they real nice. I can show some of them. They're real nice. This all used to be like land. Like when I was growing up, you want to be like all this stuff. I'm down this way. All of it used to be like land, and they had a baseball diamond, baseball field. But now, as you walk through it, I don't know if I get out, but it's still open. So hopefully it don't close up on me. But yeah, they built these like a couple years ago. And so, just walking through the old area and talking, and just wondering what y'all thoughts are. Nobody came on and said anything. I was asking it's pretty much a question that I asked. And I'm really curious about how everyone feels about that. And what do you think about the way these things are going? Because regardless of what you think or how you think, what I say don't matter. My thoughts don't matter. My opinion don't matter. Because everybody has an opinion for everything. We all have different opinions. We all have, various opinions, various thoughts. But that's why it's good to come on and share your thoughts, share your opinions. And people can either accept them. You can either accept my opinion, or you can take it and not like it. Either way, either way, we're adults. We're all adults. Most of us. Hopefully, if you're watching, you're an adult. But you take my opinion and like it or dislike it, and that'll be it. But either way, we're not gonna fall out about it. I'm not gonna fall out with you. You don't need to fall out with me behind my opinion. But yeah, but I feel like like I said it for my other videos that if people of this country. You know, like I said, I live in America, and for those that are watching from a different country, but I feel like this is across the globe, though. This is across the globe. If we put the love of God in our hearts, and I said earlier, people feel like maybe like countries, some people are turning away from God. Not all. I'm not saying all. Some people turn away from God and religion, church, and we just say higher power, and not spirituality. You know, the way grandma, and I feel like grandmas are not grandmas like when I grew up, but back then, and I understand, because back then we were made to go to church. We didn't have a choice. And I say, well, and sometimes, mom wouldn't come. Like, why you sending us and you won't come? I said, why you gonna send us to church and you not coming? Why you not send us to church and you ain't coming? And so I understand certain feedback you get from not only from adults but from kids, but at the same time, when you plant a seed, I believe when you plant a seed and it's a good seed, regardless of how it grows, it may wither sometime, but at the same time, if the seed is good, it's gonna grow. And it's gonna grow strong, and it'll get to where it needs to be eventually. If it gets the sunlight and good water and gets to a good place, it's gonna grow. So you know what I mean. So that's why I say you should plant the seed of, spirituality, and letting people know, letting your family know who God is and how God has been good to you, and share stories. That's the best thing about testifying, giving testimony, is saying how good God is, how good God has been to you, how good God has been to you, and that way when it's time for them to reach back and search God for themselves, they can see and know that God is good, and you can give them the blueprint to how to find it. but yeah, I just want to come on and ask the question. I see people not really responding to that question because it's a real topic. It's a real topic. Like I said, you can look around where I'm at, and see that this country cares more about finances than they do about people. For the majority, we live in a microwave society where, the more you have, the more people care about you, the more people love you, the more people respect you. And what you don't have, and when you don't have, the more they treat you like a peasant, and you're not. I don't care how much you have, how much you don't have. I don't care how much I'm gonna say that again because it's important for me to say. I don't care how much you have, how much you don't have. God cares about you and loves you equally. So don't let people that feel like they have money make you feel inferior to who you are. Because God, once the lights are off, once that clock closes, and your time is done on this earth, God gonna judge you the same way He does everybody else. Your money can't stop your judgment. What you have, what you don't have, can't stop your judgment. God loves everybody the same way. So don't let people. How you doing? Don't let people or where you at in your life pass judgment on who you are or where you're going, or just know that America's in this place. America's in a certain place, but you don't have to be in that place either. You don't have to be in that spot America's in. It has nothing to do with you spiritually. Let me say that again too. That's important to say. The spot this country is in don't have nothing to do with you personally. The spot you're in don't have nothing to do with this country, because the country, the leadership is kind of, and I don't want to get into that, but the leadership, our country's leadership isn't based on spirituality. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about that. So My opinion is my opinion, and God bless Trump. God bless him. I pray for him. But my spirituality had nothing to do with Trump. My spirituality, my faith, it had nothing to do with this country's president. And this country's president reflects this country's people. Because if we were dealing with God's people, if was a fifth, if we were truly dealing with God's people, and the love of God was on the hearts of this country's leaders, then this country wouldn't be in the situation it's in right now. And it's all by design, because in the end, God's plan. In the end, God's plan will oversee everything else. God's plan. So you got to know that, regardless of what's going on right now, God's plan. It's all in God's plan. Because like anything else, it may look a certain way, but we can't see the outcome. We can't see the finish line. You know why? It's not meant for us to. It's not meant for us to. You just gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. And keep God in your heart. Keep God in your heart and know the outcome. And don't let people or your thoughts or what people say or what they do deter you from where you're going. So I figured I'd come on and you can see this is my mom's home. My mom was born here. I wasn't born here. This is my mom's home city. But I figured I'd come on and instead of I was gonna ride. But I said it's better for me to walk. With everything's going on, better for me to walk and share a little bit and talk a little bit and let people know that I know. Look, you see that flag right there? I was born here. I was born, raised here. My father was in the military. I got family that was in the military. So I love the country. But I don't have to love the leadership. I love God more than I love this country. Okay? I love God, believe in God, but I believe in this country. So that's why I meant with that. Damn the country. I shouldn't have probably said that, but I mean it. Damn the country. I believe in God. My faith in God oversees this country. My faith in God oversees this country. So damn it. And that's whatever's in God's will, that's what has to happen. Whatever's in God's will for this country and the people in this country, because like I said, if we have more love, more people that believe and worship and start to treat each other like we love each other, instead of treating each other like some of us are peasants. Like, if you broke in this country, people think you're a peasant. You're a peasant. Like I said, they care more about dogs. They care more about dogs than they care about people. Like dogs have better life. Dogs have life insurance. They have better insurance than humans do. It's like, but hey, man, I'm like, I know people don't like to hear that because like I say, they love their animals. We love our animals. I love them too. But like you unsubscribe, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I don't care. I have to be honest because innocence be lying. I can't lie to myself. I can't lie to myself. I can lie to you. I can lie to you, but I can't come on here. And pretend like I haven't seen with my own eyes people treat animals better than they treat humans. I can't lie. I've seen that with my own eyes. I've seen it. So I know it to be true. I'm not just making something up just to say it. People treat animals better than they treat humans. And they will lock you up, throw away the key behind an animal, but want to let Fredo out because he did something foul. I mean, want to lock him up the rest of his life because he may have ate a chicken bone when he shouldn't have ate a chicken bone somewhere. But it's true, you know. But anyway, you know, God is love. And the most important thing about what I can say about anything else, you know, let us learn, let us try. I know it's hard, it's been going on for so long. But let us try to treat each other, you know, like God wants us to treat each other. Let us love with each other, love on each other how we're supposed to. And move forward with that, you know, because if we don't, well, odds are we won't. But, you know, it's good to pray for. But I can only speak for myself and try myself and hope that others will continue, will follow. Even one person from my life today will commit to doing that. Then that's a start. But something has to be done, you know, step by step, brick by brick, day by day, you know. But you don't have to be and you have to be a church member to do that. You don't have to be part of a church to do that. You know, it has to be in you. It has to be in you to do. It has to be on your heart, on your mind, and on your spirit to do. You know, and that's it. It has to be on your heart and on your mind and in your spirit to do. And if you're not doing that, if you can't do that, then you know, I don't know what else to say. But regardless, I'm committed to doing it. I'm committed to doing it. So that's all I got. So does America hate God? I just said that question. In honesty. And come back and because people don't answer that. People don't say nothing about that. Does this country care more about, or do you? Make it a personal thing. You don't gotta be the country thing. Make it a personal thing. Do you care more about financial gain? Do you care about your spirit? Because you can't take it with you. So would you rather look down on somebody than to help them? You know, and even when I was well off. I ain't bad off now, but even when I was well off, you know, I might have did what I did, but I was in a position to help. And my uncle always told me that you can't help yourself first. But not always, but he told me that before. Always help yourself first. But you know, I was in a position to help, and even if I don't have it, I'm gonna help because it's just in me. It's in me to do. It's in me to do. So, you know, it should be in all of us to do. You know what I mean? Because we're here to be of service to each other. We're here to be of service to each other. And if we're not doing that, then we can see the results. You look around and see your results. People sleeping in the streets, people homeless, cost of living so high because people want to get money. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, if you can use your gifts and talents to get some money, get it. But don't forget where you come from. Maybe a lot of us don't know where we came from. But use your gifts and talents to get what you're gonna get. But I don't know. Like I say, you know, does America hate God? That's all I can ask. Does America hate God? Does America hate God? Does America hate God? I don't know. Does America hate God? That's all I can ask. You know, but I ain't gonna keep rambling on. You know, I said what I had to say. And if anything I said to you helps you, and it came from God. If it doesn't, it came from me. So with that being said, be safe, be blessed. Like I always say, tell somebody love because you never know when you're gonna go. You never know when they're gonna go. Kiss someone you love. You never know you can kiss them again. And like I say, a kind word, a kind gesture can go a long way. We're all going through something. So this small, it could be this small. It ain't gotta be big. All right? And I'm not talking about people that's in your circle, your family. I'm talking about people that's outside of your circle. Do something to help them. Give a kind word. Do a kind gesture to somebody, and you'd be surprised how that little gesture, how that small little gesture can change somebody's life. It can change somebody's life. small or just like that, and change their life. So be safe, be blessed, and I'll be seeing you next video. I'm out. Peace.